Hello. I'm incredibly pleased that Gaia Warriors has received this wonderful prize. But it wouldn't be fair of me to just thank you. I also have to thank the other people who helped to create this book, because of course it's a team effort, it's not just the writer. So I'd like to thank my wonderful editors, Kaz Royds and Genevieve Hare, and the designer who made Gaia Warriors the beautiful book that it is, Beth Aves. The story of Gaia Warriors actually began with me not wanting to write a book about climate change at all. I didn't really want to have to think about climate change. I didn't want to have to address my own fears about it. And I did everything in my power to avoid writing this book. But eventually I had to give in and write an outline for it. And I wrote an outline of the climate change book that I did want to write, which was one that asked all the silly questions that climate change skeptics ask about it, and also one that addressed the practical problems in a way that wasn't kind of judgmental and finger-waving. And I was convinced, having done that nobody would want to publish it, and I had dodged the bullet. Unfortunately, both my editor and James Lovelock loved my outline, and I was then committed to writing the book. It was a very difficult book to write. Difficult because, although I'm a zoologist by training, when it comes to real hard science with proper sums in it and graphs, chemistry and physics, I really struggle. So it really kind of made my brain hurt. The other reason that it was difficult was it was simply upsetting. I spent many hours crying in my back garden over the predictions for what could possibly happen to our planet with unrestrained climate change, particularly the effects on biodiversity. I don't want to live in a world where we have destroyed more than 40% of our plant and animal species. So it was hard. And by the time I'd finished the science part, I have to admit I was pretty depressed. But then I came to the section of the book where I was interviewing people, all sorts of people, architects, designers, campaigners, who were actually involved in one little bit of the big mosaic of trying to counteract the effects of climate change. And I began to feel very hopeful. I began to feel that change was actually possible. When I was young, I wanted to change the whole world. I wanted to change everybody's heart immediately so that they could see what an extraordinary and ravishingly beautiful planet this is and make sure that we take care of it. What I realise now is that change can happen. It is absolutely possible, but it happens one heart at a time. And what writing Gaia Warriors has allowed me the opportunity to do is to try and change people one heart at a time. And that brings me back to something my mother told me when I was a very little girl. It was a poem she had in a frame pinned to the bathroom wall. Little drops of water, little grains of sand, make the mighty ocean and the promised land. We are all little drops of water and little grains of sand, but together we can make mighty oceans and promised lands, and we can change this planet and humanity for the better. And that's the opportunity that climate change offers us. Thank you.